Welcome to 10th Standard Social Science Model Paper 2. First main, 4 choices are given for each incomplete statements or questions. Choose the correct answer and write the complete answer along with its letter of alphabet. The founder of Prarthana Samaj was Dayananda Saraswati, Jyotiba Phule, Swami Vivekananda, Atmaram Panduranga. Correct answer is option D, Atmaram Panduranga. First language-based state formation in India is Goa, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra. Correct answer is option C, Andhra Pradesh. The objective of the Stree Shakti program was empowerment of rural women to stop gender discrimination, women reservation, equality to women. Correct answer is option A, empowerment of rural women. Fourth one, Narmada Bachao Andolana was led by Shivram Karant, Medha Patkar, Kusuma Swaraba, Nanjunda Swami. Correct answer is option B, Medha Patkar. Invisible hunger means nutrition, unemployment, malnutrition, balanced hunger. Correct answer is option C, malnutrition. Convectional rain in West Bengal during the summer season is mango showers, andis, coffee blossom, Kala Baisakis. Conventional rainfall in West Bengal during the summer season is known as Kala Baisakis. Objective of the Ashraya Yojana is to provide employment, to provide shelter, to provide midday meal, to provide education. Correct answer is option B, to provide shelter. Consumer Protection Act came into force on 1976, 1986, 1996, 2006. Correct answer option B, 1986. Second main, answer the following questions in a sentence each. Question number 9. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel was called as Iron Man of India. Why? He was successful in bringing all the princely states of India together. Annie Besant was called as Shweta Saraswati. Why? Translating Bhagavad Gita to English is one of the major achievements of her, so she was called as Shweta Saraswati. When did UN adopt human rights? December 10, 1948. What do you mean by gender discrimination? Partiality based on gender is known as gender discrimination. What do you mean by coffee blossom? Conventional rain in Karnataka is beneficial to the coffee crop. It is known as coffee blossom. Recently, the role of inland waterways was reduced. Why? Due to the development of roads and railways. Why the 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act implemented in India on 1993? To establish a uniform system of Panchayath Raj institutions throughout the country. Consumer protection is essential. Why? To protect the consumers from the exploitation of the producers and traders. Third main, answer the following questions in 4 sentences each. Question number 17. What made the Europeans to discover sea route to India? In 1453, the Ottoman Turks captured the city of Constantinople. As a result, all the trade routes connecting the city of Constantinople came under the control of Turks. The Turks started levying too many taxes on the goods passing through these routes. Spain and Portugal started encouraging courageous sailors to find a sea route to India. The invention of compass, astrolabes, and gunpowder. What were the results of the Third Anglo-Maratha War? Peshwa Bajirao II surrendered to the British. The British abolished the Peshwa post and granted a pension to Bajirao II. They installed Pratapa Simha, the descendant of Shivaji, as the ruler of Satara, a minuscule state. Named him as the traditional leader of Marathas and suppressed the Maratha resistance. What are the measures needed for the eradication of unemployment? Steps have been taken to improve the skill level of the job seekers, providing loan subsidy to enable people to engage in self-employment, to inculcate world-class skill to our people so that they compete with global production. Every citizen of the country should be encouraged to indulge in one or the other employment by providing job-oriented course to all is another strategy to think on. Or what are the reasons for the strained relationship between India and China? A war broke out between India and China due to the escalation of Tibetan crisis. After the war, border dispute arose, and these disputes still remain unresolved. The insistence of China that Arunachal Pradesh belongs to it is one of the main bone of contentions between the two countries. Division of labor is at most useful. How? Specialization. It has helped people to gain skill. It helps to earn economic benefits in accordance to their skills. Business and industrialization emerged. Few people could invest more and earn more profit. Or list out the important environmental movements in India. Chipko movement, Apiko movement of Karnataka, Narmada Bachao Andolana, Coastal Karnataka Environment Movement, Silent Valley Movement, movement opposing Kaiga nuclear power plant. What are your suggestions to soil conservation, afforestation and reforestation, controlled overgrazing, counter farming, construction of check dams, counter bunding, gully control and bench terracing? List out the reasons for the destruction of forest. The expansion of agricultural land, construction of roads and railways, irrigation projects, industrialization, urbanization, overgrazing, forest fires, etc. Decentralization of power in democratic system is very essential. Why? It provides administrative power to people. It is a process through which power sharing occurs. People participate in decision making. It aims at planning and development from below. This was called as Grama Swarajya by Mahatma Gandhi. It reduces various kinds of exploitation. It upholds human independence and dignity. It nurtures compassion and cooperation. What are the services offered by Postal Banks of India? Post Office Savings Bank, issue of National Savings Certificate, Kisan Vikas Patra, monthly recurring deposits, postal life insurance, pension payment, money transfer, etc. Fourth main, answer the following questions in 6 sentences each. Question number 25. Explain the impacts of British education system on India. Indians could develop modernity, secularism, democratic attitudes, and rationality along with nationalistic ideals. Impetus was received for the local literature and languages. This facilitated unity in thinking process among the educated class. Periodicals started emerging. These scrutinized the policies and working of the government, which in turn enabled the Indians to have critical opinions on various issues. New social and religious reformation movements emerged. The thoughts of thinkers like J.S. Mill, Rousseau, Montesquieu brought fresh thinking in the minds of educated youth of India. The freedom struggle that were taking place across the globe influenced the Indians also. Indians could understand and appreciate their rich tradition. Explain the role of Sangolli Rayanna in liberating Kittur. Rayanna was a brave soldier. He fought for the independence of Kittur and felt it was his duty to liberate his motherland. He fought with Rani Chennamma and was imprisoned along with her. He developed a sense of nationalism and went on organizing an army. He went on organizing secret meetings at sensitive geographical locations. He aimed at looting the treasury and taluk offices of the British. He had an army of 500 men. He became furious with the villagers who were assisting the British army. The British devised a cunning strategy to capture him. Ryan was cunningly captured and brought down to Dharwad. He was declared as an offender and was hanged till death. Or, what are the contributions of Annie Besant to India? She advocated that Indian culture is far more superior to the Western culture. She also did a comparative study of Hinduism and Buddhism. Translating Bhagavad Gita to English is one of the major achievements of her. She was called as Shweta Saraswati. She wanted education for all. She opened schools. She started Central Hindu Benares College. She started New India and Commonwealth. She started Home Rule League. Describe the economic reasons for the first war of Indian independence movement. Due to industrialization, the Indian handicrafts and industries diminished. The artisans of India became unemployed. Wool and cloth making industries suffered a lot. The Indian handicrafts became financially pathetic. The British levied heavy customs on Indian goods. The farmers were exploited by zamindars. Land tax collection rights of talukdas were withdrawn. Inam lands were also withdrawn. The farmers had to undergo lot of economic hardships. Explain mutual relationship between India and Russia. India has cordial relationship with Russia. It had similar relationship with United Socialist Soviet Russia also. India had good relationship with Russia in the field of economics, politics and other areas. USSR had opposed China's invasion of India in 1962. During the Goa liberation in 1962, USSR had supported India. USSR had supported the Tashkent Agreement. India and USSR signed an agreement of 20 years for peace and cooperation. USSR had supported for the establishment of Bhilai and Bokaro steel plants. India has taken major support from Russia to improve its industries and technology. Russia has extended its support to India's quest for permanent seat in the UN Security Council. What are the measures taken by India to eradicate untouchability? The Article 17 prohibits untouchability. Untouchability Offences Act in 1955, Protection of Civil Rights Act in 1976. According to this act, practicing untouchability is a crime. Universal right to vote and participate in election. Reservation has been given in the field of education and employment for SC and ST along with backward classes. The SC and ST Act of 1989 has given some specific responsibilities for the governments in the eradication of untouchability. Explain the importance of transport system in India. Helps in the development of the primary sector, the secondary sector and the tertiary sector. Helps to develop resources and agriculture. Promotes industrial progress. Widen the market. Increases internal and external trade. Provides employment. Raises the income and standard of living of the people. Encourages tourism. Helps in defense. Or explain how industries helps in economic development of a country. The development of industries reduces the reliance on primary products and imported goods, helps to increase the national and per capita income, helps to earn foreign exchange, they create job opportunities, raise GDP and the living standard of the people, they help to reduce the pressure on agriculture. Mention the precautionary measures to be taken to reduce the effects of earthquake. Avoid the human settlements in the earthquake-prone zones. Follow earthquake resistance designs for the construction of buildings. Use building materials of high quality and avoid high-rise buildings. Restrict diggings of deep wells for groundwater. Restrict urban growth in the hilly areas with high seismic vulnerability. Avoid the construction of large dams and reservoirs. Stop deforestation and heavy quarrying activities. Women self-help groups are supportive to women empowerment. Justify. They help to share meager resources. They help to obtain external support. They help to undertake business jointly. They help to earn more income. They help to get training in managing accounts, handling bank transactions. They help to get skills to take up remunerative income generating activities. They have been instrumental in helping women to earn, save and spend at their willingness. They help to increase the dignity and autonomy of women. Describe the features of Panchayath Raj system in India. A three-tier structure of district, taluk and village panchayat with the Gram Sabha as foundation, direct and periodic elections, reservation of seats for SC and ST, backward classes and women, provision of major financial and administrative responsibilities, budget and audit requirements, provision for executive or support staff, a strict procedures for dissolution or suppression of panchayat and mandatory elections within 6 months of dissolution. What are the functions of banks? Accepting deposits from public and others, lending money to public and other institutions, transferring money from one place to another, collecting money on checks, drafts and bills, discounting of bills, hiring safe deposit lockers, conducting foreign exchange transactions, keeping valuables in safe custody, issuing letters of credit and guarantee, conducting government transactions. Or mention the main aims of Consumer Protection Act. The Act accords importance for safety and quality, avoiding production and sale of dangerous goods, prevention of trade malpractices in the market, supervision on quality, weights, measures, and price, compensating the consumers in case of any arising as a result of trade, creating awareness to the consumers through consumer education. Fifth main, answer the following questions in 8 sentences each. Explain the role of moderates in Indian freedom struggle. Traditionally, the first 20 years of the Indian National Congress is called as the Age of Moderates. W.C. Banerjee, M.G. Ranade, Surendranath Banerjee, Dadabhai Naoroji, Gopalakrishna Gokhale were the major moderate leaders. Moderates had faith in the rule of British and judiciary. They used to table their demands with the framework of the constitution through prayers and requests. They tried to bring in political awareness among the people. They organized public meetings, discussed various burning issues and submitted memorandums to the government. They submitted memorandum demanding cutting down of military expenditure, development of Indian industries, providing good education and programs for poverty alleviation. Moderates were the first to study the ill effects of the British rule on India. They explained the drain of resources of India into England through scientific statistics and called it drain theory. The period of moderates is called as the age of liberal nationalism. The period between 1885 and 1905 is called as the age of moderates. Describe the main programs of non-cooperation movement. Boycotting schools and colleges and courts, boycotting elections to regional legislative bodies held according to 1919 Act, returning all the honors and medals given by the British, nominated members to the local bodies resigning from their membership, boycotting all the government functions, boycotting all foreign goods. Or explain the achievements of Subhash Chandra Bose in independence movement. He became popular as Netaji. He engaged himself in organizing the Indians residing outside India. He toured many cities like Vienna, Berlin, Rome, Istanbul. He founded the Congress Socialist Party. He became the president of Harihar Convention of Indian National Congress with the support of Gandhiji. He quit Congress and founded Forward Bloc. He opposed the British war preparation. The British government arrested him and put him under house arrest. He escaped from the house arrest and reached Germany. He organized the prisoners of war from India. He broadcasted his speeches over Azad Hind Radio to Indians. He had founded India Independence League in Tokyo of Japan. He was calling its military wing as Indian National Army. Bose called for Delhi Chalo on this occasion. Subhash Chandra Bose died in airplane crash. What are your suggestions to improve the status of women? Women and Child Development Department. The government seeks to improve the status, health, education of the women. Many programs have been implemented to curb child marriage system. Dowry Prohibition Act, compulsory education are implemented as means of empowering women. Stree Shakti program. Self-help groups of women are formed. Stree Shakti Self-Help Group, Association of Self-Help Groups have been formed. Women's Commission have been established at national and state level. Attempts are made to provide reservation at state and national legislative bodies. Women reservation has already been provided at local bodies. Women reservation is also provided in government recruitments. List out the types of agriculture system practiced in India. Subsistence farming, intensive farming, commercial farming, mixed farming, plantation farming, dry farming, humid farming, and irrigation farming. Sixth main, draw an outline map of India and mark the following in it. Konkan coast, Govind Sagar, River Narmada, Varanasi. A. Konkan coast. B. Govinda Sagar. C. River Narmada. D. Varanasi.